Hi there. There's Augustus Kane coming back at you with another video. Just woke up. Before I get started with this video, I want to ask, have has each or any last one of you has been on a cruise before? Because what I like to do, I love cruises. I love going on cruises. You know, I love excitement and experience. You know, being on taking a boat trip and you know, looking at the ocean. You know, that's one of my favorite vacations. I gotta admit, one of my favorite vacations of all time. But I mean, gotta do something else besides cruising. But just so you know, I love it. I love to get on. I love cruises. I love being on cruises. Those are my favorite traveling days of vacation. You know, to get away from all the stuff. You know, just go out and enjoy. You know, take advantage of life. Don't take life for granted. Take advantage of life. I mean, if I really had the money, I would have taken another one. I would have taken another cruise if I would have had the money. If I would have had the money, because I just did a cruise last year, and that was Norwegian, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful, but I didn't practically enjoy much of the excitement because, first of all, I was late on not getting back on the ship, but I was late going to the ship. I was boarding from New York City. I was trying to get a t-shirt done, and I was once I came to pick it up, it was never done. So I was a bit pissed about that. I was a bit mad about that. Wow, it was about 11 o'clock. So it was a good thing. It was a good thing. I took the 12 o'clock bus to get to New York, because I live in Philadelphia, or outside of Philadelphia, but I had to go to Philadelphia. And get that bus to New York City. That was Travel Focus or something like that. So it must be an Asian. That's what the Asians own that. The Chinese. It must be the Chinese or yeah, it must be the Chinese bus. The China. You know, it's in Chinatown. And before it was cheap, but the prices went up. It used to be $10 to go to New York City. I don't know what the hell happened. It does stop at Chinatown though. But God forbid I got lucky. It left at 12 o'clock, and while the ship was leaving at 3, because I had to get to New York, because that's where the ship was going to be leaving from New York City. So once I got there, I was taking a nap, but I was carrying a big heavy suitcase. My suitcase was so damn darn heavy. It was so damn darn heavy. The tire ended up breaking. And it wasn't even my suitcase, it was my mother's suitcase. So I had to pay my mom back for the suitcase, because that suitcase was not even mine. It was not mine. That suitcase was not mine. So I had to pay my mom back that suitcase. But anyway, I was in New Jersey, and then once I arrived to New York City, I asked a brother where to get off. I think it was 7th Street. That was what my mom was telling me. Yeah, because both her and my aunt, they were worried about me missing that ship because paid lots of money for this. Paid so much money. Yep. So you get off at 7th Street. You say you do not want to go to Chinatown because if you go to Chinatown, you would not make that ship. And I'm sure a lot of people heard of it. And I'm sure he heard about that. So as soon as the bus stopped, I got off and I was trying to rush to take a. I was trying to rush to call me an Uber or Lyft, but couldn't get those. I couldn't. It was not going through. It was not going through. What the hell is going off my bank account? My bank account was froze. My bank account was freeze. So I had to take a cab ASAP. I needed to take a cab ASAP. So it was a good thing the guy stopped to pick me up. But he was dropping 2 passengers off. I was telling him I'm going to the docks port. And so you go into that cruise. And they're leaving at 3 o'clock. Hope you get there on time. But got there, I think I got there around like 2:30 something. So that right there, I really got lucky. But on the ship, when I went to the Brazilian restaurant, I nearly choked. I was choking. Well, I did choke. The steak got caught up to my throat. I think I swallowed it too damn soon. Maybe because I was recording and I was too damn excited. I felt so excitement. It was so much. I felt so much hyped up of excitement, and it just went down my throat. And I was calling for help. And I ran to the kitchen, and then once I was climbing up, it went down. So that's when they offered me water. So yeah. And not only that, before that, I was stuck on the slide. So yeah, that's been a lot of, it was some bad experience, but I still had a good time. So don't take life for granted. Don't take life for granted. I mean, enjoy life. Get out and enjoy life. Work hard and save your money. Put your money to the side. Put your money to the side and start saving. Take you and your family or whoever you have close to you, or you can go You can go alone solo. Like me, just like I did. I mean, I went there solo. So this is my 3rd time. This is my 3rd cruise, and that was the Norwegian. And let me tell you this: I was always on time. I was always on time. Every time I stepped off the ship, I was always on time. I never, ever be late coming back to the cruise port docks pier. That's something you do not want to play with. So that's the lesson people need to learn. The easy way or the hard way. And pier runners, that's people who is always returning back late, over 20 to 35 minutes, 45 minutes, that ship is gone. That ship ain't there when you come back. That ship, it left a long time ago. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, it's not funny. It's not. I don't find it funny. I don't find because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And yes, I mean, there's some times you will get laughed at. You will be laughed at because you should know the value of time. You should know what time is. You're an adult. You are an adult. Once you look into the cruise, once you looked into the application, it shows you the places, all the places, the countries, the time is going to be arriving and the time is going to be leaving. It shows you. Yes, the ship is going to be there the whole day, but you don't have all day. You don't have all day because you got a boat to catch. You have a cruise. You need to return and get right back on. Because, and it's not. I mean, to hell with the cruise right now. I'm talking about people. There's a lot of other people. They're not going to wait for you. They're not going to wait. They're going to leave you. They're not going to wait for you. If you're trying to catch the bus and you miss the bus, do you think the driver's going to wait for you? No. Train. If you miss the train, you think the conductor is going to wait for you? The train conductor is going to wait? No. Or anywhere. If you take a plane, if you're taking a plane, if you're late for the flight, you're going to miss that plane. So, yeah, all the people got to understand there is a schedule. There is a schedule. But with that being said, I took a wellness video, and I'll talk about my experience, my third experience on the cruise. But yeah, with that being said, never get back late. Never go back late. I mean, and I'm gonna be speaking more about this. I'm gonna be speaking more about this in my video about people are always returning back to the dock port late, period, all the time. I mean, I'm going to be discussing that, but with that being said, that is nothing to ever do. You don't want to. That is nothing to play with. I don't want to see anybody losing money. I don't want to see nobody losing lots of money. I mean, because you spent I don't over a thousand for this trip. And then not only that, while all your personal belongings is on there, all your stuff, your luggage, everything, your clothes and all that, your toothbrush, mouthwash, shaver, whatever, everything is on the ship. Even your passport might be back there, because I didn't take my passport when I was leaving the cruise. But you should have been back. You should have been back at that time. You should have been back at that. You should have never ever been late in the first place. But at some points, it may not. It depends what it is. It might not be the person's fault, but I don't care. Get back on the ship, no matter what it is, no matter what. If you are booking excursions, correct me if I'm saying this, if you are booking excursions, if you book an excursion, then there's no damn way, there is no freak of damn way in hell you will miss that shit. There is no way you will there is no way you'll miss that boat. No, absolutely no way. There's no way in hell you'll miss that boat. Because there is a group. And if you book an excursion, there will be a group. And if you go, then you return back with the same group. Right along with the same driver. So excursions, yeah, you're good. Excursions, you're good. But usually, I really don't do excursions. I don't do any excursions. I do my own thing. I do my own thing when I get off the boat. Because I usually go to the beach. I usually go to the beach and chill, enjoy the breeze and enjoy the sun, and wear my shades and enjoy that white powder mixed brown of sand as I enjoyed that pure clear blue water. Oh yeah. But I always check the time. I always check the time. But anyway, yeah, I usually, I really don't do excursions, but I mean a lot of people do their own thing. So if you do your own thing, if you are doing your own thing and making your own plans, your own schedule, you should know when to get back on. You should know when to get back to the docks, to the cruise dock port. Period. So, yes, you should know when to get back. You should know what time when to get back. If the ship leaves, let's say the ship leaves at 4:30. Get back at 3 o'clock. But I will leave a bit early because I'm heading back at 2 o'clock. I will head back at 2. Yeah, so there's a lot of topics I want to talk about. You know, a lot of cruises, and I want to be discussing about people's. I'm talking about people's actions. I'm talking about people's actions, how they are missing the cruise. How are they missing it, and why this is happening? Because they're always getting back late. That's why. Shouldn't have been late. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't have been late. You shouldn't have been late to the docks port up here in the first place. Because you should know damn well. You should know damn well. I mean, there was the time when you booked this cruise. I'm sure you've seen the time. You shouldn't have been late in the first place. That's what I'm always gonna say. That's my train of thoughts on that. But with that being said, I want to touch on this topic, and this is on ABC News, the fake news. That's what they need to be discussing and talking about. Talking about the reality of facts instead of putting out a whole bunch of amount of bullshit about this and that and the other, about, you know, Trump this and that, Trump is doing this, Trump is doing that. And they need to talk about some serious things. So yes, you know, if you miss your cruise, it is not good. It is no damn good. So I always say to all the people that see me, I'm gonna discuss that in my next video. But with that being said, there's a family from Ohio that was traveling on the Norwegian Encore. And it's similar with the Norwegian I've been to. The one I was on, that was the Getaway. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Before I get to that topic, that was Christmas. I went on Christmas. I went on Christmas and did like 13 days there. So it was like 2 weeks and a half. Yeah, that was Christmas. But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about this family. This family from Ohio was traveling, and then things went totally wrong for them. They had to suffer this terrible, unductable, horrifying nightmare because they had they were on their own. They was on their own. And what I'm gonna say, I don't buy this man's story. I mean, I don't understand his story. I don't understand, because what I see in this case, I mean, it's not making any sense, because You as a grown man with wife and kids, he should have knew what time to get back. He should have been, him and his family, they should have been the first ones on that bus. Well, I'm gonna play this video. How long is it? Because I've been on here for a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this video. Okay, family of 9 speaks.
I'm a family of 9.
After being left in Alaska.
We're gonna turn now to an Oklahoma.
So
we're gonna turn now to a.
Yeah, I mean, there's something is not adding. I mean, for me, something's not adding up, because to me, it's not making any sense. It's not making any darn damn sense. Because how the hell can you miss that ship when you were booking excursions? You as a grown man and his wife and the mother, they're adults. The children, they the ones mostly had to suffer this tragic, suffocating nightmare. All because the parents and the mother decisions and their actions behind everything, behind every single moment of thing. So there's a way. There's a way. They were fooling. I mean, they were fooling. They were bullshitting. They might have been all over the place. And that's the thing about people. They're so much hard heads. But let's get started with this video. And I'm going to speak my take on this, why I played it.
An Oklahoma family of 9 that was left behind in the remote part of Alaska after their cruise ship left.
All right, so turn the volume up. We'll go back.
We're going to turn now to an Oklahoma family of 9 that was left behind in a remote part of Alaska after their cruise ship left without them, and they had to spend thousands of dollars to get home. And Trevor Alt has been following their story.
Good morning, Joe. I mean, you talk about a disaster here. This snowballed out of control for this family. They said there was a mix-up with a bus back to their cruise ship in Alaska. It left them stranded with no luggage, no medicine, and on top of the cost for the hotels, the flights that they were charged, they were also charged nearly $9,000 in customs fees for a part of the cruise that they missed.
This morning, an Oklahoma family shared.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, all right. This man has 6 children, right? This man has 6 children. There is no, if they were doing the excursions, there is no way in hell they would have missed that boat. Because if you're taking excursions, just like I said, you should be in a group. You should be in the group, and you should be riding with the same driver to go back. The same driver to go and the same driver to go back to the ship. So at some point amount of reasons, I do not buy this. I do not buy this man's story and the lady's story. The story is not making any darn damn sense. It's not making any damn sense. Get back to the ship no matter what it is. But knowing that he has 6 children, and it's added, including is added. The 6 children added for the people. There's 7, 8, and 9. There's 9 of you. 9 of you. You want to tell me, is there any way to tell me the driver couldn't take any of you because there was no space on the bus when it should have been the same people riding the bus back to the ship? That's my question right there. And that's my point of facts, right? That's my point of facts right there. The driver can never leave you, because let me say this. Okay, even if that happened, they should have been. You have 6 children. There's 9 of you. They should have been the first ones back. The first ones back on that bus, on that excursion bus. The excursion bus they have booked. They should have been the first ones back. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean about the story, but it's just not make it. I mean, it don't make any sense. And to a lot of people in the comment section, when I look at the comments on these videos, it's not making sense to other people either. And I did type my comments in there.
Their story of how their dream cruise ended with them stranded in remote Alaska.
When you talk about cruise nightmares, this is the definition.
9 members of the Galt family, 6 children, and their 78.
I think this happened because I don't think this guy he doesn't want to admit that he was wrong. That's my thinkings and thoughts on that.
Old grandmother were aboard a Norwegian Encore cruise to Alaska and stepped off the boat for a lumberjack excursion they booked through the cruise line. They say when they tried to get back to the ship, the local tour operator told them there was no room on the bus.
Hey, bus is full. You gotta wait for the next bus.
But the next...
No. That's not the way they should have did it. Okay, if that really happened, yes. Norwegian, yes, they should give you back your money. They should pay us back your money, because y'all had to spend $9,000 to go back home, because you already lost a whole amount of other money because you're on your own. You already lost a whole bunch of money. So I can understand that. But just like I said, you should have been back. You should have been in the group, and the same driver back to the ship. So that right there, that's not making any sense. That's why I'm not buying much of this story, because I have a hard time, believing the guy, for what happened. But with that being said, I think they were bullshitting. He was bullshitting.
Bus never arrived. They say they called the local port agent, who rushed them to the ship, only to see it already pulling away from the dock. Their belongings and some of their passports still on board.
I was in shock, like utterly shocked. Are they really doing this right now?
The Galts say they quickly...
Yes, because you were late. That's why, sir, you were late.
...reached out to Norwegian.
Not that you were late. You were late getting back on the bus, when it should have been the first of years back to the bus stop. It should have been the first of years at that bus stop, because there's 9 of you. You have 6 kids, 6 children. You're traveling with 6 children. Y'all should have been one of the first ones at that bus stop. I mean, damn to being late. Damn that. Get back to the bus stop. Get back to that bus stop where the excursion bus dropped you. There's no way in hell. Because if I was taking passengers, right? If I was a driver, if I was doing the excursions, I'm taking the people, and guess what? If the people are going back, I'm taking the same people, and I'm taking the same people back. First, I'm gonna take notes and get everybody's name. And before I leave, I make sure is everybody here? Is everybody's on? We're about to roll. But if I would have known, I was missing somebody, I don't think I'll be able to wait for the person, because these people got to get back on the ship. So that right there, my friend, that would have been their damn fault, because I would have left them. Yep.
People that I was speaking with They were so empathetic. They were apologetic, and they're like, "Well, what do you need?"
We need help. I have 6 minor children.
The 9 of them were stranded.
And when this happens, right, if you miss that ship, right, if you miss the ship, it's nobody's fault but yours. It is nobody's fault but yours. You are an adult. You are an adult. You should know when to tell time. It's not the captains, the pilots. It's not it's not the cruise worker. It's not the security. It's not the and it's damn sure it's not the director's fault. It's everything falls on you. The fault is on your hands. And once that ship, you're on your own. You're on your freaking own. That's all I'm saying. You're on your own. It's nobody's fault but yours. You should have been back. You should have been back on time. I just made an example. If I was the bus driver, I'll be taking notes and I'll be getting everybody's names. And when it's time to go back, I take names. I'll call the names to make sure is everybody's here. Is everybody back on? If I'm missing somebody, then I wouldn't have a choice. Because I got to get the people back on the ship. I had to get the people right back on that boat. I mean, I would try to come back for them. I just hope they don't miss that ship. But they should have been back on time, though. They should have been back on time when I was here. Me as a bus driver, if I was here, waiting for other people, waiting for the passengers. Let's keep going.
Without medication or clothes.
It felt like we weren't gonna get home.
They say they had to cover their.
See the kids. The kids are not in fault of this. This is not because they're children. They're children. I mean, it's the parents. It's their parents. The parents the one that did this to them. Norwegian didn't do this to them. Norwegian didn't do anything to them. It wasn't the crew. It wasn't the crews. It wasn't anybody. The parents were at fault.
Their own food and hotel and find their own way back to Oklahoma, sleeping on airport floors.
Yeah, they had to sleep on the street. Yeah, that's terrible. That's disgusting. They had to sleep on the street. I mean, they had no food, nothing of the kind, no water. Yeah, they had to contact the other families. Yeah, when the ship leaves you, you're on your damn own. You're on your own.
Completely overwhelming.
The Gulf's estimated cost them more than $21,000 just.
Oh. I just
Claus is bringing the plane back.
I just messed up with the button.
We're going to turn now to an Oklahoma.
There it is.
Make it right.
I think we are on a right.
$1 in customs fees for missing that stop in Canada. Though they say now Norwegian is working with them to make it right.
No. And now, if I was Norwegian, right? If I was Norwegian, I wouldn't pay them shit. I wouldn't pay them squat. I would because they shouldn't have been out there bullshitting in the first place. Period. Point blank. They shouldn't have been out there screwing around. They shouldn't have been out there half-assing around, jacking around, all types of non-stuff. Like, I mean, there's certain way he was trying to, there's certain way. But listen, if I was Norwegian, if I was working with Norwegian, I would not give this man his money back. I mean, I'm sorry for what happened, but I wouldn't give him his money back. Why? Because it's not my fault. It's not my fault, and it's not my cruise people's fault. It's nobody's fault. You was at fault. You done this to your children. You done this to your children. You done this to your kids. You the one did this to your family.
We are on a right path as far as both agreeing that something bad really happened here.
Norwegian tells ABC News we will be reimbursing the family for all of the out-of-pocket expenses they incurred over these 2 days as
the Norwegians are fools, man. So I can understand things got mixed up. I can understand things maybe got mixed up, but me, I find that impossible because I still don't buy the story.
result of missing the ship in Ketchikan, including meals, accommodations, etc. The cruise line also says they're refunding that nearly $9,000 customs fee. Experts say if you leave your cruise ship for an excursion, always bring the government-issued photo ID and the name and number of the port agent who can help if you run into trouble.
So the port agent is the cruise line's representative in that port. In this case, contacting the port agent was the best move because they would be able to contact the ship.
So the cause of those gigantic customs fees are because this is a foreign flagged vessel. Technically, it is an international shipping company. It's required to stop at a foreign port. That also applies to all the passengers too. So technically, this family was fined for violating the Passenger Vessel Services Act. Again, the cruise line is reimbursing them, but it is a good reminder, if you happen to miss your stop, especially a foreign stop, could cost you thousands of dollars in fees.
Just a very expensive headache, and traveling with 6 kids under that situation, traveling with 2 under completely normal circumstances is hard enough. All right, Trevor, thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, with that being said, and I'm going to end on this video. I don't buy the man's story. I don't buy his story at all. I mean, if always get back on time, always get back to the ship, no matter what it is, no matter what the situation is, get back on that ship and have your butt back on that ship, because it's going to go and it's not coming back. And to the family, I'm sorry they have experienced this nightmare, mostly to the children, mostly to the kids, but the parents, the man, the woman, 2 women, they're mostly at fault in this. They carried the downfall. That it's their downfall this happened. So they're at biggest faults in this. And losing lots of money. I'm sure that they had to borrow. Hopefully, but I'm sure they had to borrow some money from families to get back home. But yeah, they lost a lot of money. I wouldn't want to see nobody missing their cruise ship. I don't want to see nobody wasting money. I don't want to see nobody wasting money and then spending more money. That doesn't make any sense. So with that being said, if you don't want to live this tragic nightmare, please always get back on time. Don't get back. I usually get back before time. I usually get back before that time. Let's say the ship leaves at 5 o'clock. I will be back at 3. I will be back. I'm heading back at 3 o'clock. But I'm leaving at 2:30 and heading back at 3 o'clock. And I'm getting there before 5 o'clock. That's what I usually do. And that's what these people should. Well, these people took excursions, so that's something different. These people took excursions. I was thinking that he was taking another bus. I was thinking that he was taking another bus, but no, he took excursion. I was thinking it might have not been their fault, but you know what? I seen a story. A lot of it's not making any sense. I don't even think I'm not even. It's not even making it sense. Things are not even adding up. But things are not adding up. Because I don't even buy the guy's story for a second. I don't buy his story for a bit. Him and his wife. I don't buy his story. Like they were the biggest faults in this. They were the biggest faults in that. And if you don't want to end up like these people, if you take excursions, if you don't want to end up like these people, if you take excursions, right? If you take excursions, it should give you the time. It should give you the time when will to be heading back to the ship. So you want to be the first ones back on time. And if you're traveling with 9 or 10 people. If you got 6 children, you're traveling with 9 people, you want to be the first ones back on time. Don't be idiots like these other people. These people are not stupid. These people are not stupid. They're not idiots. But what they did was foolish. What they did was foolish, and it was totally unacceptable. And they had to sleep on the street. They had to sleep on the street, sleep on the. It's terrible. It's terrible. And yes, it was a living nightmare for the kids, living nightmare for the children. But the parents, they're mostly at fault. They're mostly at fault for this. It's the parents. I blame the parents. They are mostly at fault. Can't blame the children. I can't blame the children. I blame the parents because they are mostly at downfalls. So with that being said, we're gonna end on this. And never play with the cruise's time. Never mess around with the cruise ship's time. Never mess with the time. Don't play with time. Don't play with time. So with that, I'm gonna end on this video. So peace, bless to you all, salute, and last but not least, John. Stay blessed, everybody. Have a good one, and enjoy your next holidays. Thanksgiving passed, so enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas.